Mark.
Okay, you're welcome.
Can I know you, sir?
The 300 level student, GSC.
Yes, yes.
I'm Mr. Edo Antonio Kondaya.
Okay,
The skills trainer for paint production.
okay, thank you, sir. Yes, can I briefly ask you some questions
Yes,
on the skill?
you can do.
Can you briefly introduce the skill you teach and three what applications?
Okay. The skill I teach is paint production, like I've said, and the application is the real
What application?
world application. Is the production of paint.
Okay, thank you. Why do you believe this skill is important for Nigerian students to learn?
It's important for students to learn because paint production is a skill that has value, that at least you can't be out of business. You see, at least you see building going on every time, and even old paint houses too, they repeat.
Yeah, they need to renew them.
To renew them.
Especially during this festive time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you always get job to do.
Yeah, what are the basic requirements or prerequisites needed to start learning this skill? Like if I want to learn now, what are the basic things I need, prerequisites,
To learn
this skill?
at least what you need to learn, I think mostly is your interest.
My interest.
Your interest.
My readiness.
Your readiness. If you are ready and you are interested, you can learn. And I think anybody that is ready to learn can learn. It's not that difficult for anybody to master.
Like if I start to learn now, how long will it take me for me to become proficient in this skill?
To become proficient, we had students that even by training of a week and a week plus, they are already a producer.
It depends on the student's
seriousness and brilliance.
So what are the fundamental ABC steps in mastering this skill? Like step by step.
The step by step, number one, where I used to start for my student is the most challenging aspect. I cannot say it's difficult, it's not difficult. The most challenging aspect, that is the colorite aspect. That is the formulation of colors, the mixing of colors. That is the most challenging for
both primary colors, secondary colors, and so on.
The tertiary colors. And so, you know, in paint production, as I've used to tell my students, if we ask you how many colors do we have, it's not like in secondary school or where you say it's 12 colors.
Yes.
We are having in paint production, we have over 1,000 colors.
That if mixed together, they will give another different color.
We have over 1,000 colors. Like for example now, we have over 200 blues, we have over 200 pink and purples, we have over 300 greens, we have over 120 yellows, and we have over 250 reds.
Wow.
And you know, for a beginner, that will be very challenging.
Yes.
So that's it.
So what material tools or software does a beginner need to start?
You don't need a software.
What are the
tools to start?
Yes.
To start with, I can say like you can say that paint production is what can we say? It's intense. It's capital intensive. So
you need
money to start. But at the same time, for like you now, GSC student, I can see that you can start at a low startup capital. You can start at nearly zero money. Like for example now, maybe if you have 10,000 naira, you borrow drum and you buy a drum just with 10,000. You approach me now that Oga, Abi Mr. So, I want to buy you your hand mixer, or you even use your own hand to mix it.
Hope the chemical will not.
No. Or padu. There are padu you can use
to mix it.
The chemical doesn't, the paint production chemical doesn't harm. Yeah. So you can see that maybe your
chemical are not strong.
Yes. No, it doesn't mean that they are not strong. They are not harmful.
They are not harmful.
So you can see now, you can with your deposits from your person asking you to produce for him or her. Yes. He also will give you money to start. So with that, maybe you have just a drum to mix it inside. Nearly at zero, you can start.
No capital. So, are this material expensive or for the average students like me?
Like the material, raw materials. Like the materials, as I've said, they are not expensive. I said like you can buy some drum under 30,000 naira with the help of your will-be customer or clients that will be giving you job. They can deposit you, pay you half of your money before you start, advance payment. So you can start with nearly nothing at all.
So can the skill be learned fully online, or does it require physical practice? Like some people now, you don't want to learn from school. You say, come and teach me online. Come and teach me online.
The skill cannot be fully learned online. Why? Because there are some chemicals here. I used to show them to my students that they have to see it, and this is how this one looks like. This is how this one. This is fake. There are some you need to touch. There are some chemicals you need to touch. You can't touch online.
Yes, that's true. You can't touch
so you can learn online, but you cannot learn.
You can learn basic theory.
You can learn online, but there are some practical you are supposed to see yourself.
So, what is the structure of your training program? Module, duration, and milestone.
Okay.
Like, within module, duration, and milestone. Like duration means the length of time for the training program.
Like my own now. Like my own. We used to have like sequence like by 8 classes or 7 classes. They were being done for this level that now they can start to be doing paint production. Then at least for my students, even as at now, I know some of them now supposed to be able to mix some colors at this level now. They are supposed to mix some colors by themselves, not all colors. So they are supposed now to be able to produce emulsion paint by now. By now they are supposed to be able to make matte paint. Okay. By now they are supposed to be able to make satin paints. But you know, these are just for now. So, but there are still many other colors. There are still many other
advanced training.
Other like marble effect paint, marble trowel, floor paints, sealants, rooftop paint, and
we also have paint for the floor.
Yes. Okay. So, and many others that we cannot cover all everything in these GSA classes. Okay. But there are materials. Like now I've given them like maybe 2 manuals, but I still have like 3 books that okay, if you want to become, because there are many students, they don't want to go beyond GSC 301. There are some of them that they are saying, okay, we will take up the production work in the future. So like these students that are serious to take up the job, like those books I recommend to them. If you can buy, you are good to go. You can rival dealers, you can rival Baja, you can rival president in paint production.
Okay, thanks. Yeah. So, what common challenges do beginners face while learning this skill? Like now, the challenges that students face that they make them to run for the skill, or to want to give up when they are learning this skill.
For me, the challenge they face in training, the challenge a starter, a beginner can face in paint production is, I think, is what I've said before, the color mixing. That's it.
Color mixing is very complex. Yeah. So, how do we help students overcome these challenges?
Okay.
Like for me, I don't know color.
Okay.
Like in fact, if I can see pink now, I call it red.
Okay. So like those ones that really want to go into that full business. That's one of the books. As I've said, I've given them like 2 manuals. I still have 3 books. Like, okay, 2 of the books that will tell them this is how you miss. There's guideline there that if you put this yellow oxide, red oxide for this and this, if you miss this at this you get pay beach. If you miss, you get pay mushroom. Everything is, if they are really going to into the job, they can get like those ones and be going. If they want to miss like pay mushroom, if you want pay beach, anything, any color chocolate, you can just check. Everything is there with the measurements. They can just go through and be missing, so that challenge will be overcome. I have the books they can do and they can have it.
Okay. What practical exercise or project do you do to first learn? Like after the old learning, what practical exercise do you teach them to reinforce their limit.
To reinforce.
Yes.
Like what?
Like now, after the whole explanation,
Yeah.
get theoretical.
Okay.
Like assignment, like what practical skill you do them to go and do on their own to reinforce their own level.
Okay. Like the practical I used to give them is like group work. It's like group work.
Okay, they will be in group.
They
It's
will
not
go,
a solo work.
like what the other things they used to do individually is the written. We have like at the end of this something now. So we have written like we have been taught in the class.
Okay.
There are some of them I will ask you, okay, black and white.
Okay, what
They are not black and white. We have said it's not color. Why? We have to discuss all those type of training practicals are given to them after they
Both
to
your
read
exam
them. Yes, written. So that's what we do.
How can students build a strong portfolio or proof of competence with this skill? Like portfolio, like to build portfolio means like how can a student build like the passport? How can the student build portfolio with their passport? Is it by maybe by covering, by snapping the passport, or by where can they get the portfolio for their passport?
Okay.
Like now, for example, now me now if I want to give someone a painter work now, I will need to ask, okay, what are the passports that I have done? Painting. Okay, I want to mix color. I want to get from color. What are the passports that you have done?
Okay.
For me to be sure that
They
are
you know these days people used to get catalogs of their work. Some it will be recorded in their phones. Every work they have done, everything in their portfolio, they will show to their customers.
In your experience, what separates an average learner from an exceptional one?
In my experience, as I've said, in my experience, the difference is this. I'm repeating again. Is this color?
Color like the most.
That's it.
At what stage can students start earning money with this skill?
As I've said before, within these few weeks of like 7 or
You can start earning from the
yes.
Okay. Even as a student.
Producing even as a student. Like my student now, I said they're supposed by now they can produce emulsion, they can produce math, they can produce satin.
All this one they can sell on their own.
Yes, and they can produce gloss as now.
What are the typical beginner level earning opportunities available? Like average earning for beginners. If they are serious about it.
If they are serious about it, they can get job maybe around them. They can get job of maybe maybe their friend or somebody said that they should even complete a house for them. They can get up to like, let's say minimum of like 300,000 for producing for their house.
Wow,
yes,
that's so great.
Yes, and even more. Because it's a work of low startup capital but high income sometimes.
Now, can you give example of successful students who now make using this skill? Maybe in our school like this or past students.
Like in our school, some of our students, there are about 3 that are still contacting me now. They are really in the business, but I can't really remember their full name here now. But there are about 3 of them. There are some they are really in that business now. At times, if they have challenge, maybe with some, I said we didn't cover out the syllabus in the GSC, like that marble towel, marble effect paint and all. We didn't teach them in the class. Like if they come across those advanced paint now that they didn't learn in the GSC, they contact me that, okay, how do we go? I'll just say this is the formula. This is just buy this and buy that. If you are missing for 2 drums, this is how you will miss. This is the chemicals you will miss. That's it.
What are the potential income ranges for students at the beginner, intermediate, and advanced level? I think the first one is for the intermediate and the advanced level. The one we have started first for you, what are the average income for the beginner? Okay. For this now for our intermediate and advanced level, there's someone that is a specialist in this work.
Like somebody that is specialist in this work. Well, we can't say this is just this is what you can have. In fact, it's countless. Like for example, now you have a good contract job
of a
maybe
company or a
from somebody. He just asks you to produce okay, what we need, we want you to produce certain for them, like 100 drums or something like that. At least by 12 o'clock, if you start your work in the morning, by 12 o'clock, you have finished the production. And I'm telling you, you shouldn't be counting less than, let's say, your million as your money. So and as you go, that's how your profit will be going.
Depends on the complexity
on the quantity you have to produce and the quality of the paint. It will determine your gain.
How much can a dedicated student realistically expect to earn within the first 3 months? That's why I start now.
Okay, you start.
And I'm serious with it. Within the first 3 months.
Within the first 3 months, at least, as I've said, depending on how is able to doing the marketing. You know, marketing. How do we define marketing? Marketing is like creating and communicating
awareness about
yes, delivering your something about your offering values to other people, what you do and others. If you're able to doing the marketing well, reaching to people and getting job, at least maybe in the first three months, it will be like getting 300, 500, 600.
Even if a student is having good standing in the school self,
yes, you can get job.
What are the startup costs involved in monetizing this skill? Like if you want to monetize the skill now, what are the startup costs? Let us know I've learned the skill now, I'm done with the skill.
Okay.
Now what are the monetizing? What are the costs of the monetizing the skill? For me to get job.
Okay, for you to get job.
Yes.
To monetize it. Okay. Okay. The cost that the material you will need to start with. The material you will need to start with.
The cost.